Welcome to a Dirt Road Roundtable drive. It may in fact be a mud road roundtable drive. I'm coming back into the sinks area. I want to look for tracks, evidence, and the creature. The creature just got spotted north of here 2 weeks ago. I found out last night, exactly 2 weeks from yesterday. So yeah, on one of my groups, a guy posted a photograph of a Bigfoot track, so I started quizzing him on when, where, how, size, all that. Well, he gave me a location north of here, and this time of year, generally several different times over the last 10 years, I'll start getting Bigfoot sighting reports from this area in a place called close to the Red Sinks. And I'm going back to a place I affectionately call Squatch Mountain because of the 4 Bigfoot sightings over the last 15 years, including a recent one, and we find a lot of tracks on and around this mountain, especially this time of year. So I hear last night about this guy's Bigfoot sighting that's just north of here, and the track matches up with one of the individuals that we keep tracking in this area. So I've got some game cameras in the area, so I'm going to go service those, look for tracks, and then work my way south to north to the Bigfoot sighting location, seeing if I can spot the creature or evidence. It's a great opportunity. Yeah, 2 weeks, I consider that a fresh Bigfoot sighting, and it's in a place that has a great history. I keep an eye on the area because of it. And just 2 years ago, the creature was filmed a couple of miles from where I'm at right now in a place called the Sinks. And I know the creature doesn't live in the Sinks. It's not a great place. There's a lot of open meadows and stuff between tree lines and everything is where it was filmed. So I'm pretty sure it lives up in these mountains. I find its tracks all the time. Yeah, they seem to travel back and forth. These 2 mountain ranges that are pretty much connected, in my opinion. The Bear River mountain range and the Wasatch mountain range. Yeah, 2 to 3 Bigfoot by the descriptions, and sometimes 2 of them have been spotted together. And then north of this area, in a place called the Bloody Bucket, northeast of here, hunters every once in a while will spot 3 of them together there. So I don't know, maybe we're dealing with 5, 8, whatever Bigfoot in these 2 areas, or 2 to 3 individuals. Okay, where this guy saw the Bigfoot is near the Strawberry Spring area, Idaho. And he saw it 2 weeks ago. He was there for either an elk or a deer hunt, one of the two, him and his brother. And the sighting, it seemed very aggressive, the sighting. Some whoops, then it sounded like it smashed over a tree. That's what got their attention in its direction, and it was only 20 yards away, standing in scrub brush. And they said the scrub brush was only hitting it mid-legs, and this very same scrub brush hits these guys in like the chest area. And they estimated this creature was about 8.5 feet tall, maybe taller, he says. Dark brown with a little bit of reddish, so dark reddish brown. It didn't have as much hair on the arms, but definitely on the chest. And he also said that the actual face area didn't have much hair. But it was glaring at them with an irritated look. And they're staring at it, and then another smashing noise, like a tree getting smashed over to their left, kind of almost in the opposite direction from this creature. They glance at that noise and turn back towards the creature that was staring at them, and it disappears. He says they practically ran the whole way to a four-wheeler, I guess. Well, I know the area they were in. It's difficult to get very far back in a vehicle, and then you need an ATV. And they got to a point where they had to park the ATV, and they hiked a mile or two in. But anyway, when they were already headed back towards their ATV when all this happened with the creature. So they said that they practically ran the whole mile back to it. Well, anyway, they started finishing off their hunt about another canyon about a mile away from where this all happened, and that's where they found a Bigfoot track. And this track's 15 to 16 inches in length, which matches one of the individuals that we're always tracking down here. So I'm going to start where the cameras are, where I find tracks all the time, where there's been 4 Bigfoot sightings on or near this mountain I affectionately call Squatch Mountain, near the Red Sinks area. It's exciting to get into a fresh Bigfoot sighting. Within a couple of weeks, that's really fresh to me, especially this area. Like I says, they get spotted north, and then they gradually keep getting spotted south. 2 years ago was very interesting. A guy filmed it. A week later, several people spotted it again about 5 miles away in Franklin Basin. And during about that same point in time, we were finding tracks all over back here, which is like directly in between the film location and Franklin Basin. Then 4 weeks later, it's spotted 20 miles south. Actually, 2 of them. The guy come face to face with 2 of them, and we showed up within hours of his sighting, reported it to us, and we got right in there and was finding hundreds, if not thousands, of Bigfoot tracks of 2 different individuals in the area. And it was in the snow, so these footprints were standing out like a sore thumb everywhere, and there was new, old, and in between. I'm talking fresh footprints from the day, and other tracks that were days, maybe close to a week old, like they'd been in the area traversing back and forth for, close to a week. So that's what I'm saying, hundreds, if not thousands, of tracks that we filmed there. And then since that one, there has been 3 more. There's been 1 more back here the following year, which is just this last year. A few months ago, one on top of the Beaver Mountain, which is close to this Sinks area. Some horseback riders saw one up there by Mountaintop Spring area. And now this guy's sighting in the same area 2 weeks ago. So over I don't know, over the last year, this 20 square mile area from where I'm at now, there's been 7 or 8 Bigfoot sightings. It's crazy, and just a recent one. And then one of those sightings, it was captured on video. I hope you guys enjoy these Dirt Road Roundtable drives. It's my kind of a podcast. I get to show you guys the greater area. Yeah, we don't know these Bigfoot don't sit at the same spot where they were seen the last time. I mean, all 8 of these sightings over the last 2 years has been spread out different places over this like 20 square mile area. See, now that we're getting some snow and stuff, I expect to see that they're gradually working their way south. They must have a place that they like that has some south slopes and canyons that run just right in the sunshine. I don't know. Obviously, they work their way south because they have a place that's better to go to in the wintertime. Yeah, I got out here the first opportunity possible after hearing about the sighting yesterday. I got done interviewing the guy yesterday evening, and the soonest I could get someone to come up here with me is in about 5 days from now. I'll probably come back up again with them in 5 days, but you know, the sighting just happened. I got to get up here and look around, so I had to come by myself. You know, people have lives and jobs, so with a 10-12 hour notice, it's tough to get people to drop their lives and take a day off work and come do a Bigfoot expedition. But if I can make it happen, I do. Well, the snow's deeper than I thought it would be up here. Yeah, the snow gets dang deep up here. You see on the sides of those road, those orange poles that go up about 9-10 feet tall, whatever it is. That is so when people come snowmobiling and stuff in the wintertime back in these places, they can find their way in and out. Sticks up out of the snow and kind of marks where the road is. Plus, you want to, even if it's, you know, the snow's deep, you want to stay up on the road. You don't want to be going over the creeks or the rivers. Want to know for sure that you got a solid base down there. Alright, well, this is going to be interesting. If there's been some Bigfoot up here since it snowed yesterday, I'll certainly be able to find their tracks and see them from a good distance. I'm driving in and out of these Bigfoot sighting locations, my hiking areas, where I look for the creature on the way in and on the way out. We're always looking for tracks on either side of the road that may have even crossed the road. And especially so much so when there's fresh snow like there is now. Now, we have found tracks on a few rare occasions that way. People that hunt or chase mountain lions, they also look for the tracks on either side of the road in the snow when they're going in and out of their places with their dogs. There's a lot of guys that don't kill the mountain lions. Ranchers will hire them and their dogs to chase the mountain lions away from their ranches or farms so they don't become a problem, and makes it uncomfortable. They start to learn not to come around certain places because they get chased out by dogs. But it's a great tactic. Cover so much more area on the drive in and out of these places. Alright, I serviced several cameras. Whoa! Slippery, I slid a little bit right there. Service those cameras, and now I'm going to work my way back to the Bigfoot sighting location that's north of here. I had to pass these areas anyway. I might as well look for tracks and stuff the whole way. Yeah, mountain lions have no choice but to cross pavement, dirt roads in their lifetime of hunting and looking for resources. I'll guarantee you that Bigfoot cannot live his life, even in the most remote locations, without crossing pavements or a dirt road. These places where people spot Bigfoot are some of the coolest places. South of this location, on the Juniper Jardine Mountain Trail, a couple ran up on a Bigfoot as they were traversing down the mountain on some switchbacks and stuff. And very interesting fact, there's this run called the Bear River Run that's annually in the fall, and it's a mountain run or walk, or however you're comfortable doing it. It's a run or a walk. It would be a walk for me. Maybe a good fast hike. But that Juniper Jardine Mountain Trail, it actually traverses this area on its way to Bear Lake. So if people can do it, I'm sure Bigfoot and animals have no problem. Yeah, it's a 100-mile marathon. which to me is just crazy. A 26-mile marathon to me is crazy. So these people that run these mountain trail marathons that are 100-milers, crazy. My doctor runs it every year. He's 56 years old and still runs the Bear River Run every year. I see plaques with all the places that he's done these runs, from Alaska down to southern Utah, and this is one of them he does. And he told me, I plan on doing it until I'm in my 60s. He's in great shape. As much hiking as I do, you'd think I'd be in great shape, but I don't feel like it anymore. Alright, well, I hope you guys enjoyed this muddy, snowy, dirt road roundtable drive, RMSO form of a podcast. Make sure you watch all of our videos. We put out 2 or 3 a week of our investigations, sighting reports, and our podcast, which are dirt road roundtable drives. Keep on watching. We're going to keep on squatching.